You're watching the RebZone Sports Show on Fox 5.
Our 6-11 matchup features the number 6 seeded Michigan Wolverines taking on the 11 seeded UNLV Lady Rebels. As for UNLV, we see it. They're entering the tournament on a 22-game win streak. Single season record with 31 wins, certainly the pride of Las Vegas. Congratulations to the Lady Rebels.
Welcome into the season finale of the RebZone. We are going out with a bang. The Lady Rebels just wrapping up their Sunday selection show, and it's a surprise for UNLV, packing their bags 1,600 miles out to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Number 11 seed UNLV is getting ready to take on number 6 seed Michigan this Friday in Louisiana. A surprise for Lindy LaRocque and her squad as they get ready to head to the dance for the second straight year. We sat down with Lindy LaRocque and her entire team tonight as they prepare for the Wolverines. We're packing our bags, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, but we're packing our bags. What is your excitement like right now?
A lot of us haven't been to Louisiana, so it's going to be a new experience for a lot of us. We're excited to play, to continue playing through March. A lot of teams aren't practicing or playing, so we're excited.
You dominated the regular season. You win the second straight Mountain West title here at UNLV. What's the confidence like on the team right now?
I think we're very confident in ourselves. We believe that we deserve to be here, that we've worked hard and worked our way here, so very high.
Kind of a surprise, today playing Michigan in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But is this moment something you've always dreamed about when you were a little girl?
I feel like every girl's dream is to go to the NCAA tournament, and I'm just glad it happened to me 2 years in a row. I wouldn't say it's luck or we're fortunate, but we definitely earned it.
Yeah. Talk about your veteran experience. How are you going to use this whole season under your belt, last year's NCAA experience? How are you going to use that to prepare for this week?
Honestly, I think it's just, acting like I've been there. I've been there last year. I know what it takes, what we got to do, the preparation. So just taking that leadership role on and acting like I've been there before.
You brought it in the Mountain West tournament. How do you want to build off the tournament and only play better in Baton Rouge?
Honestly, I just feel like I got to stay consistent and show up in those moments that my team needs me. And if I do that, then numbers will come, stats will come. But it's really not necessarily about my points. It's how I'm acting as a leader. And I feel like those stats and stuff will come and we'll win the game. So just, taking that leadership role on in full force.
It was a dominating regular season, a dominating Mountain West tournament from you guys. What was it like to see your team playing their best basketball down the stretch of your season?
I think that's the biggest thing as you get closer to March. It's, you want to be playing well at the right time. And, obviously we played consistently pretty well, throughout the whole. But we did get better, and because teams got better. And I think you especially saw it late in the year as we had even some closer games. It's because opponents, everyone improved, and so it made us, step up our game as well. So, I think we're really confident right now, and the biggest thing is we know how we want to play and what our identity is, and I think that's helpful, this time of year.
Let's talk about this week's preparation. You might leave tonight, you might leave tomorrow, whenever you're packing your bags, but when it comes to the NCAA tournament, what kind of laser focus do you want to see this week in prep?
Well, I think that's it. We want to be really focused. I'm thankful that it's spring break. There's not classes. Our team has work and projects and things, but we can focus on basketball and focus a lot of time onto it. There is the unknown of travel and some of the craziness that the tournament brings. So if you're going to add that to the mix, then when you're working, we want to be laser focused, locked in, because we're going to have a great game plan.
What has it been like to see the support for your team, the Aces, UNLV football, the Runnin Rebels, everyone in Las Vegas? What has it been like to see the city of Las Vegas support your team?
Well, I think that's what it's all about, and our team has been great community members, great student athletes to their fellow student athletes. They go out and support as many games as they can for our fellow Rebels. And so just the community at large, we have local talent. I think we carry the pride of the city with us, which I think people can feel when you watch us play, and so that's important. And so I'm just really thrilled that as much as we've stepped up to the plate and performed well and won games, Las Vegas has responded and stepped up with us to come out and support other organizations and other teams, and we want to keep that cycle going.
Well, the Lady Rebels are wrapping up a dominant regular season, finishing the regular season undefeated in conference play, and another dominating Mountain West tournament for the Lady Rebels, being crowned Mountain West champs for the second straight year. We'll take a look back at their tournament games and hear more from the queen herself, the Mountain West tournament MVP, Desi-Rae Young. The RebZone returns after the break.
You're watching the RebZone Sports Show on Fox 5.
I mean, I'm always proud. You know, Lindy is a young coach, and with her just having a baby, she came back stronger than ever. I feel like baby Ellie gave her, you know, some momentum, just letting her know that we're her family too. You know, she treats us just like she'll treat little baby Ellie, and we respect her as a mother, as a coach, as a mentor, and I couldn't ask for a better coach.
Welcome back into the RebZone. It doesn't get much sweeter than winning the Mountain West tournament on International Women's Day and being crowned back-to-back Mountain West champs. The 21st ranked Lady Rebels made history this year, wrapping up the regular season undefeated in conference play for the first time since 1985, and just dominated the Mountain West tournament for the second straight year. The Lady Rebels are headed to the NCAA Tournament, riding a 22-game win streak, feeling good. Let's head out to the Thomas and Mack. It was raining threes in the Mountain West quarterfinals between UNLV and UNR. The Lady Rebels knocked down 4 straight threes, and UNLV jumps in front 24-17 after one. Lindy LaRock talks about using their depth to their advantage. Alyssa Brown sends it over to the freshman Jasmine Lott, who's there with the tough bucket. UNLV takes a 47-23 lead at the half. The Lady Rebels continue to dominate the second half. The Wolfpack struggling to score any points when Alyssa Brown is on the court. Brown bringing it on defense, finishing with a game-high 3 blocks from Alyssa Brown. Wolfpack weren't going anywhere. The Mountain West 6th Player of the Year, Kiara Jackson, lets it fly from deep, and the Rebels take a 63-35 lead after 3. A complete domination from UNLV. Kiara Jackson swings it to Kiana Wilfred for 3, and UNLV dominates UNR 84-47.
I know we had a tough game against them last time, and obviously they're our rivals, so it's always going to be an emotional game, but we knew that if we just came out and played as hard as we can and just forgot about the last game, that everything was going to be good.
On to the Mountain West semifinals, where the local Las Vegas native Essence Booker put on a show. Booker opens up the game with a big 3 from the top of the key. UNLV on top 5-2, but the Aztecs brought the energy, in the first Asia Avenger flies to the rim untouched, and the Aztecs steal the lead 19-18. SDSU rolling on offense. Kim Villalobos left wide open. SDSU still in front 29-25, but Justice Etheridge, the Las Vegas native, she was the spark for UNLV, tying it up at 33 at halftime. UNLV came out and dominated the third quarter. Justice Etheridge, a highlight reel, finishing the night with 15 points. And hey, don't leave Essence Booker wide open at the rim. The Las Vegas natives, Lindy LaRock, Essence Booker, they're all rolling. This game comes down to the wire. 13 seconds left on the clock. Abby Proshka knocks down the 3 from the top of the key, and the Aztecs trail UNLV 69-68. But Essence Booker would put her team on the back, sinking her 2 free throws down the stretch, posting a game-high 22 points as UNLV survives and advances to the championship game.
It was really my teammates the whole game, and the coaching staff. Desi came up to me a few times and told me just to make the free throws, and Lindy's always pushing for me to be aggressive the entire game. I mean, whether I miss a shot or not, I know Desi's going to grab the rebound, and Alyssa Brown's going to grab the rebound. So just staying aggressive the entire game, the entire 40 minutes, and not letting my foot off the gas.
On to the championship game between UNLV and Wyoming. Cowgirls' Tommy Olson comes out with some heat, letting it fly from deep. The game is tied up at 5. Olson heating up from downtown, knocking down another 3 from the top of the key. Wyoming trails UNLV 17-15 after 1. Not the strongest half from Essence Booker, but the Las Vegas native pulls up for the floater, and UNLV runs into the locker room, leading 31-28. Wyoming keeps the Lady Rebels on their toes in the second half. Emily Malema was lighting it up from deep as Wyoming knocks down 5 threes in the third quarter. UNLV leads 52-49 after 3, but Desi-Rae Young, the Mountain West Tournament MVP, was a beast on both ends of the court, finishing with 28 points and 17 rebounds. The Lady Rebels pull away down the stretch, winning their second straight Mountain West title, 71-60.
I mean, I think we did a great job last year. I think we were super duper aggressive. You know, we just fell a little short. And I think this year we're going to come out 10 times stronger. And Coach Lindy said it, people should be mad that they're playing us. People should be fearful of us because we're coming in with an aggression that we didn't have that much last year, and we won it this year.
What a week for the Lady Rebels, dominating the regular season and the Mountain West Tournament. FOX5 is getting ready to pack our bags with the Lady Rebels, but we have 3 straight overtime games to get to with Kevin KRUGER. It was a wild week for the Runnin Rebels in the Mountain West Tournament with an overtime win against Air Force and a nail-biter against Boise State that would end the Runnin Rebels season. We'll break down the highlights and sit down with Kevin KRUGER coming up next.
You're watching the RebZone Sports Show on Fox 5.
Rebound, loose, a 3 to tie it, he hit it! Oh goodness! Noel got it off! He tied it! Unbelievable!
I know we've talked a lot about Shea Noel this season. How is Shea Noel the future, a bright spot for UNLV?
100%. You know, he's been listening to coach every day in practice, and now he got his opportunity in the games, kind of towards the end of the season, and his progression has been crazy. Like I said about every freshman and sophomore on this, everybody came in with different agendas, but, just listening to coach was the biggest thing, and I think we started to do that down the line, and, as we showed that, as we started winning more games.
Shea Noel was a star on the RebZone this season, and he was a star on Thursday night for UNLV, sending the game against Boise State into overtime. We'll discuss more with Kevin KRUGER tonight on how Shea Noel and his sophomore teammates are the future of this program. But first, let's take a look back at their wild tournament games. The Runnin Rebels trying to extend the season as they battled Air Force in the 7 versus 10 seed matchup. It was Jordan McCabe, the 5th-year senior, who got things going early for UNLV with the 3. Then it was his teammate David Mawaka inside for the Mawaka slam. Not done yet. Here's Mawaka from down low as he throws it down with authority. After a slow start, Harkless starts to heat up. Off the Air Force turnover, Harkless runs the floor, taking it coast to coast. Gets the bucket here and one. UNLV was up 24-22 at the half. Back and forth ball game with the Falcons. Air Force opened up the second half on a 7-0 run to take the lead, and UNLV had to dig in for a tight one. The rest of the way back, it's Harkless and Justin Webster gave the Rebels the lead back. Luis Rodriguez with the baseline drive, and he gets the finger roll to go. But Air Force wouldn't go away. Camden Zender-Zag knocks down the 3, gives the Falcons a 1-point lead with 3 minutes and a half to go. It was tied in 4 seconds. UNLV couldn't get a good look, and we are headed into overtime. Harkless decided to take over the game in OT, the 3 to get things going. Then the drive, he gets the hoop and the harm. The dagger from Justin Webster, the step back 3, too good. Harkless poured in a career high 35 points against the Falcons. UNLV pulls away and moves on with a 78-70 win in overtime against Air Force. Out to the Mountain West quarterfinals. It was a showdown between UNLV and Boise State. The Broncos come out swinging. Marcus Shaver Jr. knocks down the 3, and the Broncos knock down 3 straight threes, taking 9-0 lead over UNLV. Hey, welcome back, Keyshawn Gilbert. Gilbert with the 3 in the corner, his first bucket since playing at home against Utah State. Rebels trail the Broncos 14-8, but the Broncos were rolling, knocking down 10 threes in the first half, taking a 50-34 lead over UNLV at the half. The Rebels fight back down from being down 16. Justin Webster, turn me up, Webster, his 5th 3-point bucket of the night. UNLV down 73-70, final seconds on the clock. Jordan McCabe throws it to Harkless. Harkless throws it up, and he's short. Here comes Shea Noel picking up the loose ball, trying to stay up, and knocks down the 3 ball, sending the game into OT, tied up at 73. But the Runnin Rebels finished 1 of 9 from the field in overtime and runs into foul trouble at the end. Boise State would survive and advance, winning 87-76.
All right, Coach, wrapping up the season with 3 straight overtime games. I talked to EJ last night about just the grit, the toughness he saw from his guys. A career-high 35 points for EJ against Air Force. Talk about how you were seeing the best basketball from your guys down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, like you said, 3 overtime games, winning 2 of them. Those are gritty wins. You know, you fight and you compete, and you know, you do what you can, and to come out with 2 of them was good. Unfortunately, the 3rd being the last one.
We were, you know, wrapping up the season in Reno with a thriller, an overtime thriller in Reno. Did that overtime win just kind of boost your guys to work even harder for the tournament?
Without a doubt, without a doubt. You know, that having that game, you know, go our way, guys sticking together, it kind of set us up for a really good 3 days of prep going into Air Force, and then, you know, came out a little flat against Boise, but the team rallied and came together to take a lead, and then unfortunately in overtime went the wrong way.
I want to talk about EJ and Luis and Jordan and some of the older guys kind of rallying the troops at halftime against Boise State and coming out strong in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, at halftime it wasn't, you know, guys' heads weren't down. We were a little, you know, there was a little feeling of, wow, that was, you know, we got to do better, you know, but Boise came out and made a bunch of shots, and we were kind of a half step slow. But guys recognized that. We're talking, communicating it in the locker room. So, you know, the focus and the goal was just to go chip away at it. Just go chip away and see what happens. Like, just go chip away, and even looking back at it, almost, you know, chipped away even a little faster than probably expected. But turned it into a great college basketball game. But their intent and their mindset at the half was what allowed for something like that to happen.
What did you see from your guys last night? I know it's March, I know it's madness and everything, but their growth and their confidence in that second half. Shea Noel, you know, hitting the 3 to send the game into OT. What growth and confidence did you see from your guys in the season finale?
Yeah, just you know, when you're down 22 against a top 25, what should be a top 25 team in the country, you know, to be able to come back, it just shows there's a sense of security there that if you just, you know, do what we planned on doing, do what we want to do, just tighten it up a little bit, that things will go well. Stay on the same page with each other, and we'll get the results that we want. Yeah,
I want to talk about Luis Rodriguez recording back-to-back double-doubles for you guys. You know, a senior that has 1 more year, and a few more seniors that have 1 more year, but what did you see from Luis down the stretch of the season? Yeah, Luis,
you know, had an injury in the middle of the year that it was unfortunate, but it was kind of something that we went through a little bit. And but when he came back, and when he first came back, he wasn't 100%, kind of wasn't himself. And I think the last couple of weeks we really saw him getting back to his true form, shooting the ball well, guarding, but doing what he does, I think, about as well as any guard in the country, and goes in rebounds.
Let's talk about some of the younger guys like Keyshawn, Shane, Jackie Johnson, you know, their potential and their future in this program.
Yeah, I mean, we got a sophomore group, you know, with Keyshawn, Jackie, and Shane that, you know, has nothing but a bright future ahead of them. All came in and had great parts of the year, which is not uncommon, you know, to have some ups and downs in the early part of your career. It's part of the growth of being a college basketball player. And but all in all, I still think all 3 had really good years.
Coming up next, we'll hear more from the Runnin Rebels seniors on what impact they hope to leave on the program. That's coming up next on the RebZone.
You're watching the RebZone Sports Show on Fox 5.
Well, as Kevin KRUGER starts putting his new roster together, the seniors leaving his program have left a major impact on the young Runnin Rebels players. Tonight, we hear from EJ Harkless, Jordan McCabe, Elijah Parquet, and Cameron Burris, all players who started their college careers at another school and fell in love with Kevin KRUGER's culture at UNLV. The seniors share more on what a boy back home at their high school or their middle school could learn from their footsteps and their journey.
Man, just keep going. Like, I didn't have my first scholarship until after my last high school game, so it's like anything can happen. Just play every single game like it's your last. Don't give up ever on your goals, even if it's speed bumps down the road. There's going to be speed bumps. There's going to be a lot of roller coasters, but that's really where the joy is, in my opinion. I call those days the Jolly Rancher days. You know, those are the hard days, but they're sweet. So, you know, you never forget those days and just keep overcoming those.
You know, I think he can learn a lot in terms of the joy of playing the game of basketball. I say it all the time now. This is the best job in the world. You know, I try to wake up with that mentality every single day. Best job in the world, no matter what. We could be in a losing streak, slump. We could be on a roll. No matter what, it's the best job in the world. So I think him having that mentality, I guess it wouldn't be me telling him. It would probably be him telling me, because he had that same joy every time he woke up to go work out. Probably had an AAU tournament coming up in 2 weekends, but he was so excited to just go work, and he was falling in love with the process, and that's probably the biggest thing for me.
Just keep going. Always believe in yourself. You might get hate or doubt from even like your own people, but just keep fighting through. Be resilient. Keep chasing your dreams no matter what.
Work. Be you. Be the best that you can be, and whatever God has planned is already written. So just keep working.
Great stuff from the seniors tonight on the RebZone. Jordan McCabe saying he has the best job in the world. And I'd say I have the best job in the world, too. It's been an honor to travel with UNLV, to do these sit-downs, to get to share these stories, and be a part of this UNLV community. It is so special here in Las Vegas, and I truly love what I do. What an honor to put on the RebZone. But this is the season finale. We are wrapping up the RebZone tonight here on Fox 5, but we'll quickly be with Barry Odom soon, and in the football season, we'll be here as soon as we know it. UNLV football opens up their 2023 season at home on September 2nd against Bryant. So Barry Odom coming into studio soon. Thank you so much for watching the RebZone all season long. We'll see you guys this fall.